Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Transitional Radio, home of Brian Brody's All Natural Being, IPM Nation's Sneak Speaks, Lee Raleigh's Copy That Speaks, and the 33rd episode of Thinking Re-envisioned. Hi, everybody. My name is Henry G. Noel, your host for Thinking Re-envisioned. We are here to make you think, here to make you question everything. I'd like to wish you all a very happy 2019, and I hope that 2019 presents itself to you with respect and good tidings. I wish to thank you for joining me this evening, the very first Sunday of 2019. Well, everybody, we did it. We actually survived another holiday season and completed another trip around this glorious Del Sol of ours. In keeping with our motto of making you think, my question is, what have we learned? The world is still status quo, and nothing has changed politically, economically, or religiously for that matter. So, do our lives continue as they have been before the holidays, or not? So tonight, we reflect on the past year to assess whether we have actually given more than we've taken, whether we have learned anything from this past year, and are we still bitter and angry and hateful and prejudiced and still unwilling to talk with one another? Are we still unwilling to understand others' points of view? Are we the testament to 2019 being just like a continuation of 2018? Or are we the dissident, the obstructor opposed to the status quo, the bearer of the light, assisting 2019 to shine, making life better for all of humanity, for all of our brothers and sisters? Think about it. We are live this evening from our uplink studio in beautiful Cuenca, Ecuador. We are broadcasting live on IPMNation.com and Thinking Re-envisioned's Facebook and YouTube pages. I wish to thank all of our listeners from around the globe listening to us on live radio, those listening to our rebroadcasts, and you all, our fly-on-the-wall video listeners, for taking the time to tune in. I would also like to thank our good friends at Wirecast for making it possible for us to be broadcasting both live and globally. And again, a big thank you to my brother Wayne, for without him managing all of what Brian and I throw at him, I don't think we'd be doing it. So to all of our listeners, wish to participate in this show, email me at henry@henrygnoel.com. It is my desire to present a show where everyone can be as actively involved as they wish. And we trust you've had an enjoyable holiday season. And I really am looking forward to hearing about it. So let's get into tonight's topic and kick off 2019 with a bang by getting everyone's thoughts and reflections on this past year, what wishes you have for 2019, and what would you like to see occur in 2019. So let me see if I can actually find out where we are broadcasting from here, and I'll be able to hopefully click on it. Probably have to do a refresh, and then I'll get the thread. So there we are. I see it. So hopefully everybody's doing well. There we are. We are now live, and if it comes up, it is my desire to present it. There you go. So I want to say, well, hi, Candace. How are you? And thank you so much for joining us this evening. My brother, thank you so much for the support. Hopefully the sound and the audio stuff is working, because I'm trying to run this thing for myself. So hopefully you're catching it. Jenny, hi, welcome. Happy New Year to everyone. I really appreciate you all being here, and it has fun. It's been a nice start to this new year, I have to admit. I took the last couple of weeks, as you are well aware of. I was going to actually broadcast from the coast, but technical stuff and internet stuff and my inability to actually hook up a couple of wires together simply is it was an issue. So we held off until we got back to Cuenca to go ahead and do the broadcast. But as Brian had mentioned, yes, I spent 2 weeks down on the coast, spent 3 days up in a small community called Porto Cayu, right on the water, and it was extremely high tides. It's in the northern part of Ecuador, and the high tides were really, really monstrous. And it was about 3 hours north of Salinas, where I was staying. And then we drove back down to Salinas and spent the week and a half there, a little over a week and a half there, at a nice condo overlooking the ocean. It was absolutely beautiful, and it was just absolutely heaven. In fact, we just enjoyed it. We were with another couple of friends of ours that live here in Cuenca, and we had a ball. It was just so much fun. You know, it's so hard when you travel with people. You just never know how it's really going to work out. And I'll tell you what, Doug and Diana Ham are just the most fabulous couple, and we just hit it off so well. It was just so much fun, and so that was exciting. And so anyway, on the way back, it was really kind of fun. We stopped off at the local fish mart in La Libertad, a small community just north of Salinas, and they have their boats are right there on the dock, and their fish market's right there, right at the ocean, and picked up we call it dorado, but it's mahi, and we picked up a 16-pound dorado, and it was filleted for us. And we brought that back along with 8 pounds of yellowfin tuna. Let's see, what else? Oh, we brought back about 9 pounds of rock cod, and 2 octopus weighing in about 8 pounds. And what else did we bring? Oh, about 6 pounds of squid. So we spent the Saturday, we got back Friday night, so we spent Saturday morning processing and cleaning things up and actually making fish stock. With all the bones and the heads and stuff. So, it was magnificent. It was just such a great deal. And to give you an idea of what it's like, so that's, I think we spent right around $110, $120 for 43 pounds of fish. So it comes out to be under $3 a pound, and it was just caught that morning. So it was amazing. It was just such an amazing experience. So we'll be doing that again, I think. I don't think there's going to be much of a question about that. But we did have a ball down there, and the weather was absolutely divine. It was nice and warm. I mean, the coast is here. It's our summertime. So the coast, we were in the 80s there, and it was just absolutely delightful. Beautiful sea breeze that would come in and cool us off. And the way Salinas is kind of positioned, it's sort of like Long Island, in that it sticks out into the Pacific Ocean. So you have a Pacific Ocean on the sort of the southwest side and the northeast side of it, and it just is unbelievable with the waves and the breeze that comes in off the ocean. It was just absolutely divine. Got back to Cuenca, and it was back to its usual coolness. Cuenca is a bit cool. We're at 9,000 feet in the Andes, and so it's a bit cool up here. And so you're getting reused to that again. It's hard. So yeah, some of the stuff in here says, "Hi Jenny, how's it going?" Listen, thanks, bro. I appreciate the feedback. Candace says, "No tentacles for me." I'll tell you, Rita knows how to prepare. I can prepare them. I de-skin them and I clean them all out, and everything is fine. But I'll tell you, octopus. Rita puts it in a pressure cooker and cooks it for 21 exact minutes, and she puts in the spices and stuff. And I'll tell you what, you can cut it with a fork. It is just so tender and just unbelievable. But thank you, Candace. I love fish. I really do. To me, it is just a mainstay. I take it over beef pretty much any day, and I do love the variety that we can get here, which is really nice, and the ability to get it all fresh. So my New Year started off with a bang. It really did start off well, and it gave us a lot of time to really reflect and look at what's going on. In fact, Rita's not on tonight because she's actually participating in a parade tonight, started at 7 o'clock, and it's sort of a spoof off of the Doodah parade. So all of the participants get dressed up and do weird things, and she's playing it as a nurse, a geriatric nurse, taking care of geriatric nurses, and as they're out there doing dances with their walkers. And then, of course, they get exhausted, so they have to put them in the ambulance. And my truck has actually been was decorated up as the ambulance. So they get to sit down there for a while, and people take their blood pressure and the temperature. And so it should be kind of cute. I can't wait to see some of the pictures. It should be fun. And I'll post them up on Facebook. Actually, Rita will probably get them up there before I do. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, so she's not with us tonight. She's having fun out there on the parade route. And so it is kind of cool. But yeah, so we've had a great start for the new year, and was really looking forward to this year. In 2019 just has a sense about it, an energy about it that is going to make some major differences and changes for a lot of people. I think the astrologers have been really pushing 2019 is much better than 2018. And of course, we still have to deal with the powers that be and those that are in the authoritative positions and have to deal with all the garbage that they throw at us. But at the same time, it's for everyone else. If you sit back and want to enjoy it, it's going to be a good year, I think, for everybody. Jamie, welcome. It's great to see your icon pop up. Thank you. Happy 2019. It's great to see you. So everybody, I hope that your holiday season was fine and great, and I hope that everybody else has had a good time with it, and that you are seeing a progression into a good potential year for 2019, making some changes. I know, I think the tradition is having New Year's resolutions. That's the term it is, resolutions. I don't do resolutions because I tend to try to be a resolution all year long. I don't try to just give out a special day because it just doesn't seem to work out for me. I never was able to be successful at following through on resolutions because it seemed like something I had to do and not something I wanted to do, and so therefore I would just blow off the resolution. But now, because I set myself up my whole life, every day of my life is a resolution, I've now come to adapt it and to it. I think a resolution to me is really nothing more than a different habit than what we have. Take the habit that we have, that we wish to get rid of, and we replace it with another habit. And that takes time. I mean, this studies show that it does take a long time to change a habit with another habit. So what I'm trying to do is just simply eliminate the habits and just create a life that is just enjoyable. I can't think of it any other way. It's just having it enjoyable, and it's fun because Rita makes it very enjoyable, and that's the one thing I really do. I have a big ace in the hole when it comes to that with Rita. She's just been so phenomenal for me. And been just a great compliment to everything that we enjoy doing, that we love to participate in and do, and it really has been fun. It's so many things to kick off the new year, and one of the things that I'm trying to do is get to more concerts. And what I'm just doing a check to make sure that I give the guy's name right, and it was it's just remarkable on being able to get out and do so much, especially here in Cuenca. The arts here is phenomenal. Symphony plays. The free concerts pretty much all year long. They break away for like 3 months and then they don't do it. But we have the opera singers that get put on concerts, and it's just a remarkable community to be part of, and really do give a lot of thanks to Cuenca for being the way that they are and what they've done for us, especially being an immigrant to this country. We kind of refer to ourselves as expats, but I think that expat, the definition for an expat is somebody who has been forced to leave their country, and they have a desire to go back at some point in time. An immigrant is someone who's chosen to leave the country that they're in without the intention of going back. So even though we call ourselves expats here, we're really immigrants to this country, and not because we haven't been forced out of the country. At least most of us haven't, I don't think. And so it's very interesting to see, and come through the holiday seasons, and being a writer for the Expat magazine. It was great to get a couple of interviews in for this last issue, and it's available online, by the way. You guys are very much welcome to look up the magazine online. I believe it's Cuenca expatmag.com, and it's a great magazine that it does showcases what's going on, people here in Cuenca, and so it's really kind of news. Hi, Holly, thank you very much. It's great to see your icon pop up. Thank you very much. Brian, how are you? The defrosted look suits you. Thank you. Yes, the warmth was so nice. I mean, it took me 3 days to get the chill out of the bones from how cool it is here. It's so out of season for Cuenca. It's usually beautiful here, sunshine like it was today. Sunshine, the sun's out. It almost gets unbearable. The temperature's not hot, but the sun intensity is really strong, and we didn't have any of that. It was overcast up all through these past months, and it's been very cool. And I mean, down into the 50s at night, and it's really gotten cool. And so it just never warms up that much. It only changes about 10 degrees Fahrenheit between daytime and nighttime temperatures here. And so it's always stayed very cool here in Cuenca. So we ended up getting very cold. And so going down to the coast in 80-degree weather for us is, wow, man, somebody let us out of the fridge. And it took 3 days to stop the shaking. I mean, to get the cold out of the bones and stop the wrists from hurting and the knees from hurting. And so it was great. But yes, the defroster, thank you. It feels so much better. Thank you. Let's see. So Candace says, I thought you meant the colored his hair. Defrosted look. Thanks, Candace. I appreciate it. The defrosted. Yeah, no, the gray's all mine. I've earned every one of those, believe me. And life in my past life here, it has. I've earned these stripes. Becoming a zebra, I think. So yeah, we really did enjoy ourselves down on the coast, and did have a ball with it, and got to warm up, got to play some games, got to play dominoes, and which I enjoy doing, and I love games, love board games, and it's just so much fun to just be able to do that and start the new year off like that. To me, is just absolutely great, and so I'm really appreciative of this beginning for this new year, and we're going to be able to take more trips down. And now that I have the electronics, I think, somewhat correct, it'll be easier to duplicate. And so hopefully the next time when I can get down there, I will be broadcasting from there live. And this time you get the chance, then we can do a coastal thing. You get to see the ocean, you get to see the water and the bay and the yacht club and stuff. So it'll be kind of fun to just be able to show you exactly where it is that we stay when we go down there. And it really is absolutely gorgeous. And anybody has any entertainment of the thought to come visit Ecuador, please do. You're welcome anytime. And it is a fabulous place to be. It really is a whole lot of fun. And we have such diversity. I mean, like I said, we live up in the mountains. On the west side of the mountains is the ocean. On the east side of the mountains is the Amazon jungle. You can't get much more diverse than that. And it is just remarkable to see these differences within one country as small as Ecuador is. So my hat's off for thanking Ecuador for allowing us to be here and letting us become residents of their country, and letting us partake and enjoy of the benefits of this country. I mean, the fresh fruits, the vegetables. I mean, Doug had mentioned Doug and Diane Ham. Doug hurt his shoulder. He was reaching out from his patio to his neighbor's avocado tree with a 10-foot pole and a little basket catcher, and he'd take avocado. They can't get to them, so he could, and so he'd get the avocados. But this is what it's like here, to walk down the street and grab an avocado off a tree, or orange, or a tangerine, papayas and mangoes. I mean, unbelievable, so fresh. And I tell you, it is such a healthy way to live. And I don't know. I don't think I could trade this in for anything anymore. I've just gotten so excited. We talked about retirement on Brian's show, and I got to keep an eye on the time, by the way, because I know I got to be off the air right at 9. So, but when we were talking to Kenneth about with retirement, and I came down here. I retired when I came down as an acupuncturist, and then the government changed the law that you had to be a doctor to do acupuncture. So I stopped doing it, and I retired. And so I have a lot of hobbies. So I am not at a loss for things to do. And my recommendation for anybody, well before they retire, get hobbies. Find something you're interested in doing. I mean, whether it's walking, hiking, whether it's doing macrame, or whether it's doing origami, or putting puzzles together, building woodworking, doing metalworking, whatever it may be, yachting. Get a hobby, because I'll tell you what, when you get retired, you get to have fun. You get to do your hobby. And I remember my dad, and Wayne will attest to this, one thing my dad had always said to us was, You know, if you're going to do anything in your life as a career, do your hobby, because you already love doing it. So make that your career. I mean, that's, if you ever want to be happy throughout your whole working careers, do your hobby. And he's right. I mean, the hobbies are fine, and they're so much fun, and you get to do so many different things, and I love it, and it's wide open. So if you love to act, you know, we have theaters down here. There's a theater called ACT, the Alswide Community Theater, and Rita's a member of that. I participate with them and do stuff with them. A lot of woodworking, usually building, and but you love to act, you love to sing. There are so many things that are so available to people everywhere in the world, not just here in Cuenca, but everywhere, and you just have to seek it all out. Like Brian says, you just gotta wanna do it, and the only reason we don't do it, as he was talking about, is because we want to find every reason so we don't do it. It's that procrastination thing. We really do have to keep ourselves busy. We have to really do what needs to be done to make ourselves and keep ourselves happy. It's all there. We have it, as Brian mentioned. We got it. We have everything we need. We have everything that we need inside. It's keeping all of those wants under control. That's the thing. And so that's what we have to do. Candace says, do you have to eat octopus? Do you have to eat it? No, it's an optional delicacy for you, Candace. No problem. You know, you come down, you don't have to eat the octopus. That's fine. It's not an issue. And we'll keep you away from the water so the octopus doesn't eat you either. So we'll make this a two-way street here. So you're safe. You'll be fine. But yeah, it is an enjoyable place, and it gives me a great chance to kind of get a little bit more verbose about it, because I do enjoy it so much. It is such a great community. It's a great country to be part of. You know, it has its issues, of course it does, but the opportunities here to just enjoy your life and get involved, the volunteerism. The governor of Oswai last year wanted to acknowledge the expats, as he called it, who do volunteer work. And so as part of the magazine, we asked for nominations, for people to be nominated who people knew who did a lot of volunteer work. 220 different people were nominated for the volunteer work that they do. And it blew the governor away, that he didn't realize that 220 people, and that's just the ones that got nominated. I know there are a lot more than that. But the 220 people, the effect has been on tens of thousands of Ecuadorians. And that is what has been so remarkable here, from organizations that assist children with defects of cleft palates and deformed ears or facial stuff. They go in and they don't charge. They go in and they take care of all the surgical procedures. Remarkable organization. Battered women, abused women, raped women, all of those organizations totally supported by the expat community. And again, it's not just North Americans. Expats, the immigrants that have come here are from all over the world. They're from China and Japan, Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, and New Zealand. They're from Germany and England and Ireland and France and Spain and Switzerland and you know, all over the place. South Africa. I mean, we have people from all over the world living in Cuenca, and that's living in Cuenca. That's not counting everybody else in around the world. And of course, then we have the immigrants coming in, the expats really from Venezuela, because the country is in such dire straits, and you know, and it's really hard. And we're getting them here by the tens of thousands, and hundreds of thousands have left and come through, and some settled here. There's some, they're saying, I think up to 25,000-30,000 have come to Ecuador, and I'll tell you what, the Cuencanos have warmed up to them. I mean, just amazing. They open their arms, welcome them, understand the strife and everything that they're going through. And I mean, we've got people here, I mean, that have lost family members that the government has they've just disappeared. The people have just disappeared. They've locked their homes and left everything they have behind. And some have walked here, simply walked. Had to walk from Venezuela to Colombia, and then walk from Colombia to Ecuador. Months, it took them months to get here. So and we are opening our hearts to these people, opening our arms to these people, doing everything we can. And it's a lesson I think we all need to learn. You know, it's not about us. It never has been about us. It's about them. And I mentioned that in the very beginning. How much have we really, can we say we've really given more than we've taken in this past year? And how do we set our sights for this year to give more than we take? Because that is the only way we can pay back. That's the only way we can get ahead of this whole situation, is we have to be willing to put more back than what we take out. And that is an individual thing. So yeah, it is really hard. Candace says the weird thing is I like escargot. Really? You eat escargot and you're dissing an octopus? Come on, Candace. Now that's discrimination as far as I'm concerned. Oh God, I love it. See, I'm sorry. I love all of this stuff, so I can't say anything because I really do. I love all seafood. There's not much I don't eat, and so it's really kind of fun. And then, well, having a Japanese grandfather, you kind of grow up on fish, and so it worked out really well for me because I really do love it. Okay, I got oh good. I'm still set. Okay, keeping an eye. I don't want to get the eyes from my brother. I'm watching. And I'm working on 3 different computers here, so because of the time delays, and so I'm trying to keep this all coordinated. I'm going to bring this up so I can see what exactly I'm dealing with. There's the seconds. Good, now I can see that. All right, and now I know what Brian goes through. This is a lot of work. I thought I'd turn this back over to Wayne. Let him do this. This is wild, but yeah, hopefully this is coming through. I'm hoping everything is sound as well. I hope the video as well. We were hoping that by going through this rather than the way we were doing it, that it would be a little bit clearer and come across a little bit better. So we'll see how it goes. You know, as we go through this, I'm going to put out a request for everybody that's there, everybody listening, and of course you guys here on the thread. You know, don't hesitate. Send me suggestions of things that you might want to talk about, and I will talk about anything. I'm like Brian. I don't have any fire, irons in the fire. I'll talk about anybody, and go about everything. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. 3 minutes left. I got it. Yep. And so send me suggestions if there's things that you want. You can instant message me, on Facebook, or send me the email henry@henrygnoel.com. And please do that. If you really want to know where the links are or want to send me, then just go to www.henrygnoel.com. That's my website. Just go there, and then you can send me a message through that too. So don't hesitate to do that. I really want this show to be your show. I want it to be at everybody's show, that you can voice your opinion, that you can say what you want, that you can do and express the things that you want, the concerns that you have, and be willing to tell me I'm wrong. I mean, I don't have that issue. My skin's not thin at all. So I'm looking at it. Yep, we have just 1 minute and 50 seconds, I guess. So we're doing okay. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to make sure that we do this. I will cut it off right off at just before the hour. We're actually about right 8:59 or so. So I got about 40 seconds. But I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening on this first show for 2019, our 33rd show. Didn't realize we were going to last that long. I'd have got better shirts. Outside of that, I hope everybody has a great time. And enjoy your evening, the rest of it. And again, tune in tomorrow. We'll be back here again, barring some sort of a rainy weather. But again, I want to thank y'all. Have a great evening, and we'll see you here tomorrow, hopefully, and catch up with you then. Thanks again. Hasta luego.